Today, we're going to talk about the 5 types of video you can use to market your chiropractic practice. You probably already realize that video is a powerful channel to speak to your patients. And you can use video on YouTube, on your Facebook page, on your website, on landing pages, and on dozens and dozens of other places as part of growing your practice. But one of the big questions you likely have is, what kind of videos should I be producing? What kind of videos should I really spend my time and energy on? Now, I'm not going to get into how to produce those videos. What we're going to talk about today is more about the content and what the strategy behind those videos should be. What kind of videos and why you should create those. And here they are. Video number 1, it should be about practice introduction. So the first kind of video you can create, and this is really just a starting point, is an introduction to your practice. Now, usually these videos are tied very closely to the mission statement of your practice, what it is you do. The point of these videos is not to talk about your practice features, not to talk about your services or your protocols or anything like that. What this is really for is connecting with your patient and kind of giving them an idea of who you are and what kind of experience they're going to have when they work with you, how they're going to feel afterwards, how are you going to treat them, how they'll feel about you and your practice before they've even decided to work with you. Think of this as a way to give them a virtual handshake for the first time, and that way you get to know your prospective patient and they get to know you. Video number 2 is called an offer explanation video. Now, this second kind of video is really explaining your offer, and this is honestly probably one of the more common types of videos that you find. This is what you consider to be more of what a commercial that showcases the different services that you offer. This type of video is really a commercial for your practice. This is where you're translating what you do and relating it to the needs of your patients and answering the questions of what are the next steps to get you to help them. Video number 3 is called patient feedback video. It's a patient feedback video that you may call a testimonial video or a patient review. What you're doing here is having your patients tell their story and allowing that video to kind of showcase what another patient, a new patient, might also experience. You're kind of tugging at the heartstrings a little bit. You're having a conversation. You're showcasing what was the experience of somebody just like that person. Someone just like them with the same wants and desires and same goals of that they would get by working with your practice. By showcasing that, you're able to connect with a potential patient emotionally by showing them the true experience that another patient had with your practice. Video number 4 would be an educational video. This video is a great example of that. What we're doing here, this is educational, teaching something. This is something that we love to do. There's a lot to learn about digital marketing. There's a lot to learn about entrepreneurship and owning a small practice. So we put a lot of time and energy and investment into creating these educational videos just like this. There shouldn't be a reason to pay for this kind of information or pay for education for your small practice. So we produce these and put them on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and LinkedIn, everywhere for free. And that's something that you can do as well. It's a great way to turn yourself into a thought leader. Maybe these videos are about how to use your services or tutorials or how-tos, information that helps to sell your service and sell them on the patient service that you're going to offer as part of them being a patient of yours. Just be sure to spend the time and the energy to create them. Once you've got them created, upload them everywhere and use them all the time. Send them to your patients. Help educate them. Help them learn. They'll come back and they'll send their friends every single time. Video number 5, that's about company culture. Number 5 is the company culture. A lot of practices really need to focus on what does the culture of my practice look like. As consumers, we don't really want to work with companies that we don't understand or we don't really like, or we're just not really sure where they stand or who they are. And if this is some nameless, faceless organization, it makes it hard to make decisions to work with that company versus the other company or buy that product versus this product. It really needs to be a connecting type of video. So by really focus on telling what your story is and telling the story of your practice culture, who works there? Who are the real people in the community that are working in that practice? By showcasing who you are and showcasing behind the scenes, it really helps to encourage new patients to decide to work with you. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, listen, I'm just a small team. I've only got 5 people, or it's just me and a partner, or it's just me. That's okay, because all you're doing is telling the story of your practice. Even if it's just showing them how you got started and why you're doing what you're doing. That is the culture that you're creating. Sometimes, even more importantly, you want to tell them what kind of culture you want to create in the future. Where do you see yourself and your practice going? Who do you see yourself and your practice becoming? By creating these videos, you create this emotional connection. Even if they're going to work with you now, keeping that top of mind awareness will mean that they'll work with you later.